He's a professional writer, and I sell cat food. We moved here because of my job transfer.
I met her when we were at school. Yeah, I was the one who made the first move.
We're in a good relationship. Our incomes are stable, and we graduated from university. Our credit scores are flawless.
I normally prohibit young people from renting, but you don't look suspicious. I'll make an exception this time. It's a 2-month deposit and then 3 months paid in advance. Don't forget to water the lawn once a week. You also need to prune the geraniums and orange trees in the backyard. You are not allowed to use the vacuum cleaner after 7 p.m., have parties, or own pets. You also can do whatever you want.
After speaking for 5 minutes, the landlady eventually gives us the key.
You're very kind.
Did you write down all those rules she mentioned? Xavier flips through the contract on the table. The last few pages are densely packed with prohibited things.
At least it doesn't say we can't go undercover.
To carry out a special mission assigned by the association, Xavier and I must pretend to be a couple living in a secluded, old neighborhood in Lincoln City. Looking out from the old house's backyard, one can see a villa with gray walls just a block away. According to reliable reports, this is the latest residence of a contact person responsible for certain underground businesses in Lincoln City. Having finished unpacking, I look at Xavier, who's cleaning the living room. Xavier, how were you able to answer which elementary school did I go to? Questions like that should be tricky.
I asked to look at your profile before we left. Everything about you is written in it.
He pulls out a snapshot we recently took and puts it in the most conspicuous place.
Didn't you prepare for this?
My nerves tense for a second before relaxing. I walk back to the stairs and quickly open up Xavier's profile with my watch. Marital status, single. Family and close contacts, none. Hobbies and skills, sleeping and reading. Favorite food, meat. Favorite fruit, cherries. This doesn't really tell me anything. I reread Xavier's profile a few times only to see all the information on it is crude and questionable.
Why are you looking at me like that? These are all facts.
Don't you think you're like a planet that's strayed from its orbit? You make everyone who wants to approach you go on a wild goose chase. Xavier, it's hard to open the door to your heart. Unable to continue dealing with my dramatic antics, Xavier turns away, a stern expression on his face.
Maybe we should raid the fridge instead. What's for dinner?
Unfazed, I think of another way to question him. But then, someone knocks on the door. I open the door only to be greeted by the gazes of the neighbors who have been chatting happily on the front steps.
Ah, you're the new couple that just moved in, right?
We heard noises inside. Were you fighting? It's normal to have arguments. You should try to understand each other.
Why don't you join our weekend event? You can strengthen your relationship.
No, it's okay. We love each other. A lot. Xavier hugs me from behind and leans slightly forward.
She is my everything.
Lately, his manuscripts keep getting rejected, so he's in a bad mood. I hope you can forgive him. Xavier purses his lips and calmly meets my provocative gaze.
Really? I thought you were having a hard time selling your products. That's why you've been happy one moment and sad the next.
If I wasn't still helping you manage your sleeping disorder, I wouldn't be just a salesperson. I would have become a manager at least.
I left home and broke ties with my family because of you. I can't believe you forgot already.
You!
Oh, you eloped.
A few of the older female neighbors quickly exchanged glances and pulled me aside, looking as if they were going to share their honest thoughts.
You can't just dedicate yourself to a man because he looks attractive, honey. He needs to be responsible and ambitious.
Are you saying it doesn't matter if a reliable man looks ugly? At least Xavier is decent, unlike that ugly fool in my house.
The building's first floor will be for daily necessities, and the second floor will be for surveillance. A telescope has been set up on the guest room's balcony. It overlooks that villa's front door. And because of our reckless remarks last night, we had to adjust our plan and assign tasks based on our roles. Xavier is now an underappreciated writer stuck at home. He'll do surveillance from there while I'm pretending to be a 9-to-5 worker who's running around. I'll be regularly reporting back to the association. When I go out, say, "Come back soon and stay safe." When I return, you need to greet me with a "Welcome home" and "Would you like to eat anything?" The sky slowly brightens, and the birds are perched on the tree branches. The wind chimes hanging on the porch ring crisply as they sway. Remember, we have a good relationship.
Yes, what happened last night was just a small, everyday argument.
Xavier nods and lowers his voice.
Miss Zhang said the villa's owner is usually out. It could be anywhere between 3 months to a year before he comes back.
You're already on speaking terms with them?
With careful vetting, rumors and gossip can be more reliable than intel at times. Someone's stopping by. Again.
Without thinking too deeply about it, I throw myself into Xavier's arms. He freezes for a moment before he embraces me. The sound of my heartbeat beneath my clothes' thin fabric quickens. I don't want to let you go, stud muffin.
Oh, I feel the same way. You're such a cutie patootie.
Remember what I said? The couple that just moved in?
Oh, young people are adorable. Look how smitten they are with each other.
Are they gone?
Yeah.
I let out a sigh of relief. But when I raised my head, I almost hit his chin. His arms are wrapped around my waist. He's still hugging me. Reluctantly, I moved my head and stared at him. Xavier lifts his arms and tucks some of my hair behind my ear. His lowered, innocent gaze is like a clear lake.
Come back soon. I'll be waiting.
Days pass. Xavier and I live under the same roof like we're a family. Whenever he left the house, he always remembered to bring me back flowers. I would also grab a few books for him on my way home. It slowly becomes something that just happens. Today, I returned to the association to make another report.
Our latest intel suggests the target changed his schedule and went to Changsha City last night.
Understood. Our mission has been put on hold for now, which means Xavier and I have to continue living like this. Despite my mixed emotions, I nod. Jenna hesitates, as if she's about to say something.
If you run out of mission funds, you can apply for more. You don't need to be stingy. You've lost weight.
I'm quiet as I remember those meals, a majority of which were cooked by Xavier. It's probably because I've been eating healthy lately.
Are you coming back? We ran out of vinegar. Remember to get some on your way back. Are you talking to someone outside?
I'm buying snacks at the store. I'll be home soon.
What do you want for dinner?
Up to the chef. When I'm done texting, I take a deep breath. I look at the various fresh fruits on the produce rack as I pass by. Cherries on sale today. His mission profile suddenly flashes in my mind. Xavier likes cherries. Without realizing it, I turn around and walk back to the produce rack. Hello, can I have a box of fresh cherries, please?
Welcome home.
Xavier takes the heavy plastic bag from me and walks to the kitchen island. The sun is setting when I change into my loungewear. I walk downstairs, and the night's scent slowly permeates the air as steam billows out of the pot on the stove. A rich aroma fills the room. Smells good. What's for dinner?
Marshmallow spaghetti, spicy tomato egg tarts.
Their names alone make them sound unique.
I'm just messing with you. Our next-door neighbor, Mrs. Lin, shared her special recipe for turnip and beef stew. I also learned how to make a few new dishes. Would you like to try them together?
Why do I feel like you've gotten used to this sort of life? I pull out a stool from the kitchen island and sit under the pendant lamp's warm circle of light, watching him be busy.
Is that a problem?
Taken aback for a moment, I shake my head. No, it's fine. Xavier, you never lived with other people before, right?
You mean like this? Yeah, it's a first.
Not even with friends or family? He shakes his head, then blows away the steam that's coming off the spoon. He gives it to me.
Try it.
A little salty, but you're getting better. I slightly push myself up from the stool to wipe off the flour that somehow got on his face. Come here. Closer. He lowers his gaze and nuzzles the palm of my hand, his warm breath tickling my wrist.
Thanks.
What for?
For being by my side.
It takes a moment for my hand, suspended in midair, to return to my side. As night falls, the lights of the surrounding buildings turn on. Shadows are cast on brightly lit windows, giving a sense of security and warmth.
Do our shadows look like theirs?
Xavier suddenly asks as his gaze moves from my face to the world outside the living room window. I think so.
We have confirmation that the target will be here tonight. Prepare yourselves.
It's 3 a.m. Headlights shine on the streets, and a vehicle is quietly parked into a white villa's garage. Xavier exchanges glances with me. Out of habit, my hand grips the firearm holstered at my waist. Get ready, our mission's about to actually start. Captain, we completed the mission without running into any problems. We secured the target's transaction list. We'll make the area appear as if there was a fight between gangs.
Good work.
I quickly change clothes and throw them into the suitcase. As I start to worry about whether or not Xavier encountered something unexpected, I hear footsteps from downstairs. In the dark, I walk into the living room only to see Xavier leave the bathroom, the blood stains on his body already cleaned up. You're back! My heart finally feels at ease. I take his hand and examine it carefully, turning it over and back again.
There aren't any traces left at the scene. Don't worry.
He purses his lips as if he's about to continue.
Aren't you going to say something?
I touch his cheek, wiping off some blood that he missed. You did a good job? As if unhappy with my answer, he touches my forehead.
You should say, welcome home.
I hold back the urge to smile and hug him the moment he finishes. Welcome home, Xavier.
Can we stay like this a little longer?
As long as you want. He holds me tighter. I can hear a heartbeat racing. Since his heartbeat is always slow, it has to be mine. The plan is to have the police discover more than 10 kilograms of illegal drugs and declare a fight broke out between gangs. Then the Hunters Association will take over this case in secret. As for how the target will be dealt with and what secrets they'll find, those no longer concern me and Xavier. Let's make sure we don't leave anything behind and head back before dawn.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the landlady. Her neighbor was taken away by the police in the middle of the night. Her tenants are gone too. She'll probably think this place housed 2 fugitives.
We should weed the backyard before we leave.
We lie down on the floor. Our gazes meet for a moment before we move away from each other.
Is there anything else we should take with us?
I look around the house again. In the fridge, the food is about to spoil, and the flowers in the vase have wilted. I don't think so. Suddenly, he turns around and looks at me. His breath is just centimeters away from my face. The room is stuffy yet serene even though it's only morning. It's like our heartbeats are the only sounds that can be heard. Xavier, I'm hungry. I avoid his steadfast gaze and poke his arm, acting as if nothing happened.
Should I cook something for you?
No thanks. There are still some cherries in the fridge. Let's eat those. After a while, Xavier returns to the living room with the washed cherries. He sits down next to me by the French window. He crosses his legs. The faint sound of our breaths disturbs the air as dust particles float in silence under the light. Our mission will be over soon. How would you describe your experience working with me?
It's not bad.
His eyes are lowered, and his eyelashes cast a gray shadow on his cheek. Not bad? A strange feeling wells up in my heart. I narrow my eyes and move closer to him, determined to get an answer. This is the first time you've gone on a mission with a partner who's lived with you for a while, and it's just not bad? His gaze shifts from the scenery outside the window to my face. He smiles.
You're right. Actions speak louder than words.
What? He holds a ripe cherry to my lips.
I like this.
Huh?
What about you?
What about me?
Do you like it?
Here.
Not the cherry.
Close your eyes.
Huh? Why am I closing my eyes? What are you doing? Is this your answer to the question I asked? May I? It might be a little too late, but Well,
Does this count as reaching for a distant star?
maybe that star is supposed to come to you. It's been 21 days since we walked into this room together. It's more than enough time for someone to develop a new habit. This is also a first.
Our surroundings dim as the silhouette blocks out all white. Our mission is over. Are we still pretending? Or is this for real? Gentle kisses start at my eyebrows and then cascade down to the tip of my nose.
I'm not pretending. I wanted to do this for a long time. And it's only something I can do when seeing someone I like face to face.
A kiss finally lands on my lips. There's a soft, moist sensation. Are you speaking as Xavier the writer? Or as Xavier who's my mission partner? His breath hitches as if the person who was always afraid of losing him has become the person he desperately wants to hold on to.
Xavier. Just Xavier.
After a long while, he finally pulls away and looks at me.
If you're going to say everything that happened here doesn't count once we leave this house, would you stay here with me? Forever? Whether you're a salesperson, my neighbor, or my mission partner, I want you to be my everything.
The sound of heartbeats becomes more intertwined than our shadows. I can barely tell whose heartbeat is whose.
Am I being too greedy? Maybe. Every version of me belongs to you and only you.
Interrupted by a faint honking sound, we look outside the window.
The breaking dawn has arrived.
Does that mean we should leave now?
You can be kind of silly at times like these.
He leans toward me, his warm breath brushing against me once more.
What I'm trying to say is,
Between our shared breaths, I subconsciously place my hand on his forehead. When did you become so clingy, Xavier?
is that how you feel?
Out of the corner of my eye, Xavier smiles. A tender light surges in his gaze.
Maybe I've just been waiting a long time for this day to come.